yummy, Chef.
Ooh, goodness, that aroma is fantastic. Ooh, doesn't that look great? Hey everybody, I'm Vera Stewart and welcome to the VeryVera Show. I'm so excited today to be partnering for the 4th time with Okra magazine, one of my favorite Southern magazines. Features stories and recipes all about Southern culture. And so, you know, back in 2019, they featured me in my favorite chapter, To Dine Southern. It's a recipe about my sister and me. It's just really great. And today we're going to do 3 great recipes from the magazine. We're going to start with that French toast. It's the recipe of Chef Suzanne Vizithan. She's out of Atlanta. It's just fantastic. Then we're going to move into a grilled redfish sandwich. This belongs to Chef Robert St. John, and he's in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. And then finally, creamed corn custard. This is Chef Alex McPhail, and he's in Pensacola, Florida. And we've also got a fantastic giveaway today. So why don't we just move right in to get started on Suzanne's recipe for French toast. All right, so Chef Suzanne has gone all out here with this recipe for French toast from the Buttermilk Kitchen. And so I am thrilled to make it. I'm so excited that she's been featured in Okra magazine. And honestly, she has called in to kind of wish me well. Suzanne, hey, how are you doing?
Hi Vera, thanks so much for having me. I know all the viewers are just gonna love this 11th issue. It's awesome. I'm so thrilled to be a part of it and have my recipe for French toast featured. Thanks again.
Thank you so much for calling in today, and you know, I hope I do you proud and you'll have to tune in. Okay, so we've got all the ingredients ready here. We've got eggs and milk and vanilla and all kinds of things. So I'm gonna start with just mixing up the eggs, just beating those together. All right, and then I'm gonna add in my heavy cream. And you know, this is so reminiscent to me of one of the first things that I did with my sons when they were little, is we would make French toast together. Because really, most of the ingredients you're just kind of dumping in. All right, now I'm gonna just add regular whole milk. And then, you know, French toast is even better with nutmeg. And the thing I love about this is you see the little speckles in the batter that also reflects in the toast when you're making it. We've got some vanilla extract, a little bit of kosher salt. All right, and now we've got another secret ingredient. We're gonna use about a tablespoon of run-amok syrup. So let me see if I can be not quite so heavy-handed here, although it wouldn't matter. All right, so run-amok is, they do all kinds of syrups. They have infused, they have smoked, and this is their bourbon barrel-aged syrup. It smells good, it tastes fantastic, and you put it in the batter, and then we're gonna pour it on the top as well. So, you know, when this whole run-amok thing kind of came about, I thought, where have I heard that word before? And my grandmother used to say, you're run-amok, you're run-amok. And if you look that up, it means that you're all over the place. It's just kind of, so that kind of speaks to me as well. All right, so I've got my griddle. This is my Wolf cooktop griddle. Perfect for if you have a camper and you want to be able to do this sort of thing on the weekends, because you know there's nothing like breakfast in the woods or breakfast in front of, you know, when you get ready for a football game. And I'm just going to butter the top of it because I really like that butter on the toast when it's cooking. And then for the bread, I love to use thick white bread. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put a couple of pieces in. Then I've just got my cooling rack on top of a pan, because one of the ways that you get it nice and brown is that you are going to let it drain for just a minute. And then you're gonna lift it out with your spatula onto your rack to just get a little bit of that excess away. So let me get 2 more pieces in. And you can get quite a bit of this, you know, out of this one batch of batter. So if you're not planning to make as much, you can cut the recipe in half And these recipes will all be on our website at VeryVera.com. So let me go ahead and get this one out and I'll get some started. Love that sizzle. Ooh, this is gonna be so good. All right, so when we come back from the break, we're gonna get started on the redfish fillets we're gonna make a sandwich out of, and then Run Amok is also going to be giving us a coupon code to get 20% off of everything on their website. So come back with us in just a few minutes. Welcome back, everybody, and if you're just joining me, I'm making recipes today out of Okra magazine, my favorite magazine. This is celebrating their 11th issue, and we're making wonderful food. In fact, we just finished with Chef Suzanne's from the Buttermilk Kitchen, her French toast recipe with Run Amok syrup on top. It is amazing. Smells good. I've got it in the warming drawer. So now we're going to get started on a gentleman's recipe that he is actually not featuring the recipe in the magazine, but we will have all of these recipes on our website at VeryVera.com. So this is Chef Robert St. John. He's from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. He has developed and created this amazing charity in Mississippi to feed the hungry. It's healthy foods that they are delivering. I applaud him. I support his efforts, and he was nice enough to share this recipe. So when I was looking through several recipes that he submitted for us to use, I thought, redfish, that's what I catch in Beaufort, South Carolina with my husband. There are 3 fish that you can catch down there, and that's one of them. So I know the fish well, I know how to catch the fish, and this was just something that really caught my eye. So the marinade that he makes to go with this is a non-stick marinade, which makes it wonderful for cooking this in a cast iron skillet or on your flat griddle. Also would be great on the grill. But let me go through the steps in making this marinade. All right, so we're gonna put egg yolks and Dijon mustard and balsamic vinegar in a blender. You're gonna blend it for a minute or so just to get it good and mixed together. Then just take the top of your little blender cover off and start pouring slowly the oil in just to get it incorporated. And you'll hear the sound of the blender kind of change as it becomes thick. He suggests if you don't like it quite that thick, you could add some additional water, maybe a tablespoon or 2, but I actually loved how thick it got. Then you're going to then add in dry mustard, oregano, thyme, onion powder, smoked paprika, garlic powder, and get all of that incorporated until you've got a really nice smooth mixture. All right, so I have got this griddle warmed to about 375 degrees, and so I'm going to season with my favorite Tony Chachere's. So I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit on the top of each one of these redfish fillets. Oh, they just look amazing. So let's get those going on the grill. And I'm gonna do the skin side first. And like I said, he also suggests you could do grouper. Honestly, this marinade is so nice that I don't know of a single fish that you couldn't use it on. Catfish, cod would be really good. And it's gonna cook 3 or 4 minutes aside. So while that's cooking, I'm going to get started on the remoulade that goes with this. And you know, in the South, we just put remoulade on everything. So this is another recipe that you could use, you know, maybe for dipping shrimp, you know, whatever you might want to do. So my Vidalia onion is chopped really fine. I'm going to add in celery. I've got ketchup. Then there's nothing better than freshly squeezed lemon juice. And this is where maybe you can get your young person involved if they want to get in the kitchen with mom or grandmother. You know, it's just a great thing for them to maybe be involved with that. So I've got horseradish and mayonnaise. Oh, I wish y'all were here. This smells so good. Love it. All right, then I've got garlic. And then I'm going to do the Tony Chachere's again. And this is, I've got about a tablespoon and a half in here. I'm going to try a tablespoon and then go back. But this just comes together beautifully. And something like this, you know, if you go ahead and make a good amount, it will keep really well. So I'm going to be flipping these fillets in just a few minutes and putting this sandwich together, which will be amazing. And in Vera's Corner today, another thing I want to put on the sandwich is an avocado. So in Vera's Corner today, I'm going to give you some tips on that. And then when we come back, we're going to get started on a creamed corn custard. Does that sound fantastic? It is. So come back with me in just a few minutes.
Vera's Corner is sponsored by TaxSlayer. It's your refund. Go get it.
You know, avocados are still in season right now. So let me give you a few tips on how to ripen, peel, and make them last longer. Watch this. Today we're going to talk about some avocado tips. When choosing an avocado, make sure it is ripe by squeezing the outside. It should be somewhat soft. Unripe avocados are hard and take days to ripen. If you do have an unripe avocado, place it in a brown paper bag, and in a few days it'll be ripe and ready to use. When cutting an avocado, cut around the side to open it up. Then with a sharp knife, whack it at the pit and twist to remove it. You're going to want to keep this pit for later. One way to cut into an avocado is to take a spoon and go along the edges of the avocado. Next, scoop it out. Cut the avocado into slices for a nice, even spread. This is perfect for some avocado toast. Another way to cut the avocado is to cut horizontally and vertically, then scrape it out into a bowl. This technique makes for a great dip. To keep that dip from browning, go ahead and grab the pit that you saved and place it in the middle. This will keep your guacamole fresh. Hope you enjoyed these tips. Thanks for watching Vera's Corner. Welcome back, everybody, and I hope you enjoyed that tip in Vera's Corner today. And to see more of Vera's Corner, check out our YouTube channel because there's numerous tips that you might find there that'll be helpful. All right, so in celebration of the magazine, the 11th issue, I'm now on my third chef, Alex McPhail, and he is at Restaurant Iron in Pensacola, Florida. And this recipe, here again, all of these recipes have spoken to me this time. From the French toast, and that I grew up eating it, my children did, to the grilled redfish sandwich, that is the fish that I catch in Beaufort, and creamed corn custard. I mean, just the sound of that would make me order that on his menu. So I thought to myself, I would never eat something like that cold. And honestly, I like it cold, I like it at room temperature, I like it warm. It is just delicious. So it's one of those things, what else can you do with corn? Well, you're gonna learn today. All right, so what we've done is I have cut the corn kernels off the cob. I've got this greatest new tip for you. You know, I've shown you many times how to invert a bowl and put it in a bigger bowl and hold the corn and cut it off the cob. Well, just about 3 weeks ago on Instagram, somebody put a corn husk, you know, the corn with the husk still on the bottom, in a cake pan, a bundt pan, and then it held the corn and you didn't even have to worry about it wobbling. I loved it, thought it was genius. So that's what I've done. I've gotten that out of the bundt pan into the blender, and now I'm gonna add all the other ingredients that go in this custard. So we're gonna start with eggs, and I've got 4 of those, and then creamed corn, just your favorite brand of creamed corn. And you know, when I'm doing something like this, I just like to go for the best. You know, it's just one of those things for me on brand profiles that are great. I'm gonna add flour, sugar. Gotta have a little bit of sugar, but you know what? This corn is kind of sweet too. Baking powder. And then you want to do kosher salt and pepper to taste. So just a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. All right, so we're going to blend that up. And you know, if you like your custards really creamy, then you might not want to do this for very long, do it longer. If you like them chunky, like I'm a tapioca pudding kind of girl, then I want mine to be a little on the chunky side. So you just want to blend it up. So I think that's about where I want that to be. And now I've sprayed my 9x13 pan, and I'm just going to pull this custard right in it. And then this is going to bake in a 350-degree oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. And I'll put that in the oven in just a minute. But after that cools, you're going to refrigerate it. And then you take the refrigerated custard and you put it into a bowl. And this is the consistency of it at this point. You've baked it, you've chilled it, and now you've just got this wonderful creamed corn mixture with hunks of the corn. So now you're going to finish it. You're going to put the other ingredients in that make it perfect. So I grilled a piece of that corn on my large griddle with some butter. So I'm going to add that, some spring onion that I cut, and then I chiffonade basil and mint, and you just fold that together. Tarragon would also be a great spice to use here. I mean, isn't that pretty? I love the dish. All right, so when we come back from the break, we're going to display all 3 of the dishes we've made today, tell you more about the giveaway, so come back with us in just a minute. Welcome back, everybody. I thoroughly enjoyed being with you today, and certainly this partnership with Okra Magazine means so much to me. It's just a great union because it's Southern food, it's Southern personalities, our culture, and it all speaks to what we do here on the Very Vera Show. So I wanted to walk back through what we did today, and we started with this amazing French toast from Chef Suzanne's The Buttermilk Kitchen. Just love it. And I always love to serve food like this on a very colorful plate. So this red just really bounces here. And when the boys were little, I always cut it into triangles and then just made a straight line going down. So the Run Amok, this is the bourbon barrel aged syrup. It is just amazing. I'm going to just pour some of that over the top. Ooh-wee. And of course, to make it even better, I'm going to put a little bit of powdered sugar on the top of that. And then those Titan Farm peaches would be just perfect to kind of go around the edges. And remember, I gave you some tips on freezing these when they're on season. And these came right out of the freezer. And look how great they look. So I love this. All right. So let me put this up here. Y'all get a really good view of that. Are you getting hungry? I love it. All right, so let's move over to the rest of the day, which was the grilled redfish sandwich. So got it all together. While that griddle was still hot, I just smothered those buns with a little butter, got those toasted, and then that remoulade, has now just aged really well for the last couple of hours, and it's really good on top of both pieces of the bread. Then I layered the red onion, then I put the fish fillet. I like to take the skin off. Believe it or not, some people eat that part. My husband likes it, but I peeled it off for the sandwich, and then I put a slice of fresh tomato, a little bit of lettuce, and then the avocado that we did in Vera's Corner today, I put a couple of slices on that, and then I've just skewered it with a skewer, and then you are just going to slice this down the middle to serve. And look at this. I've got to come take my fork to this. That corn custard. I mean, it is amazing. And the way the mint and the basil and all of that just turned out so great. I love that. Again, room temperature, warm, whatever. And then the okra chips, instead of potato chips, you can pick these up at the Fresh Market. They're just great. All right, so we have got a great giveaway today. We've got many things. First of all, Okra is going to give a subscription away to one person in all 30 of our markets. And then one of those people is going to be our grand prize winner. The grand prize winner receives a subscription, a bottle of the Run Amok syrup, the Lodge griddle, Tony Satchery seasoning, a VeryVera show apron, a Sub-Zero and Wolf tumbler. And so we want you to go to all of our social media. We want you to like and comment on the social media pages. We want to thank all the great chefs that were in the magazine today for their recipes. And as I always say on the VeryVera show, no matter what you do, do it in good taste. Be sure to join us again next week as we celebrate again from Madison, Wisconsin. See you then.